Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be discussing about crypto, Bitcoin, what's happening, what's going to be happening in the next couple of weeks. Of course, before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more updates about this crazy cryptocurrency market. So Bitcoin last night pumped to roughly $65,500, where everybody was thinking we were going to go to 69,000, 67,000, but now we just had a pullback recently. And of course, our VIP group was already notified about this in our Bitcoin updates. We would have seen a correction when Bitcoin pumped in between $64,500 to $65,000, and then we have a correction. And that's usually what happens. So at the moment, I could be expecting for the next week or so a little bit more of a consolidation. I said before that we were a little bit overbought, and we might experience a healthy correction. Now, something very important I want to show you today, guys, is that on the weekly chart, Bitcoin has formed now what we call a bullish hammer. This usually signifies a reversal in trend. So there is a high chance that what we could be seeing from here could be a nice reversal in trend. So the next candle might be green, in my case yellow, and we could see potentially Bitcoin going up to maybe $66,000 for the next week or so. So maybe the next couple of days we might see a correction down to 62,000, 61,500, and then another pump up to maybe $66,000. I'm gonna go on the daily chart and show you as well. Also on the daily chart, you can see we're still in this flag over here, with a fake out over here, a fake out over here. Now the question is, are we gonna go higher, lower? What's going on? Are we gonna be able to break this level over here? Now, looking at the daily chart, guys, what I think is gonna be happening right now, as I said before, because we actually went up to this level over here, I believe that's what we could be seeing, because the trend right now looks quite bullish, but we could see potentially like a consolidation down to $62,000 to then, of course, climb back up this way and then reach potentially $66,000 around this area. And then from here, guys, it's all going to be dependent to the 15th of May, where we're going to see the inflation data, inflation report, the CPI. So it's going to pretty much determine if we're going to continue to go up with risk assets, or we're going to see a sell-off in the stock market and, of course, in the crypto market. So let's say, for example, that we're going to see a sell-off in stocks as well as crypto. What we might see could be a potential drop from here to here, and then we could maybe revisiting maybe the 57,000, even as low as $55,000. But otherwise, if inflation, if CPI inflation report is going to come lower than expected, guys, there is already a shape I want to show you right now, which is actually quite cool. In general, I don't know if you heard about this before, but Bitcoin could be forming, and it's very early to say that, but that again could be happening. But Bitcoin could be forming right now. This is a shoulder, this is a head. Then I said before, we're going to have a pullback in anticipation of the CPI. We could see another shoulder over here, and then in this case you could be forming an inverted head and shoulder. So this inverted head and shoulder, guys, if it's going to play out, then we're going to actually calculate the target. We could be seeing from here to here. If again the CPI comes lower than expected, we could see a target roughly over here, which brings us at $77,000. So that should be definitely on the cards, and I really would like to see this happening. But again, it's too early to say. Right now we have to go level by level. So that's it for Bitcoin, guys. So I'm expecting right now, even it can go on let's say on the 1 hour time frame as well. You could see that at the moment you can notice multiple problems over here and over here, which I cover very well into our VIP group. I explain why I expect a correction from here. There is a reason why, but of course if you want to know more, you can join our VIP group, link down below. Yeah, we could be seeing a correction coming maybe tomorrow, the day after tomorrow. Now let's also have a look at the stock market, see what happened with the S&P 500, so we can see where we are and there's any correlation with stocks. So at the moment, the S&P 500 is into an uptrend, into this bear flag, as we discussed before, but is reaching a tipping point right now. So I will say that we might be able, as I said last week, to retest this area over here, and then we need to see what's going to be happening after, because it could be two things, guys. It could be maybe an expectation to go up to this level over here, then have a rejection down to here, and then from here, this probably could be happening around the 15th of May. So if, of course, CPI is going to come higher than expected, then we could be seeing like another drop down to this level over here. But otherwise, if it's going to come lower, then we could see a big bump to the upside and reaching new all-time high for the S&P 500. Let's also have a look at the NASDAQ. NASDAQ as well can help us to understand and to predict what can be happening in the future. This is one of my charts I drew a long time ago, but looks like, actually played out quite well. So the NASDAQ in a very similar situation is pumping like crazy right now, but at the same time it's touching this level over here because we broke this level here. Now it's trying to recoil back up around this area, and now what we could be expecting, if we're going to have a rejection from here, could be continuation to the downside. So we have to be very careful right now with the NASDAQ as well. So we can see even from here, if I'm going to draw a Fibonacci retracement, we can see how much we could retrace, and then numbers can bring us exactly to the 50% Fibonacci retracement. So in between the 16,700 sorry, and 16,273, that could be a very good area of support. But also we have to be careful, because if this is going to happen, I'm going to show you something, and I don't want to scare you guys, but theoretically, if we're going to see this kind of movement, then can also signify an head and shoulder pattern. If we're going to have a head and shoulder pattern, then we could actually go significantly lower. And again, it's all about the fact that could be like, about inflation. So we want to make sure that we're not going to break this one and form a head and shoulder. But again, it's very too early to say at the moment. We just need to go level by level, see if we're going to be able to break this level over here, and see if we're going to go higher than this. The last one, guys, I want to have a look as well is the DXY dollar currency index, which is pretty much on a, I'm not going to say on a free fall, but has had like a big hit recently, right? So we went down to roughly 104.9 at the moment, and we need to see what's going to be happening next with the DXY. So we can go from here to here. Just put it this way here, we can see that we are in this channel, and I can see for the DXY a nice level of support coming very soon, maybe tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, around this area over here at 104.3. And then from here I could be expecting the reverse of Bitcoin. Maybe we could be seeing something like this, maybe go to this level and then pump on another level like that. So of course, if this is going to happen, then we might see stocks and crypto to suffer. However, if we are going to be able to, let's say, break, if inflation is going to come lower, with the CPI report, the Fed is going to consider to cut interest rates, which means that the dollar is going to go down. And then in this case over here, I could be expecting a retracement of with the Fibonacci at the 161.8, which is roughly 102. So looking at the chart over here, I could be seeing that if inflation is going to come lower than expected, I could see the DXY, the dollar currency index, to retrace as low as 102. So in this case over here, guys, we could be expecting crypto to go insane, as well as the stock market. Then of course, if you break this level over here, there's going to be another ball game. But for the moment, again, I say, let's just talk about more like shorter term, next few weeks, what could be happening from here. So to summarize the whole thing, guys, I'm gonna go back into my daily chart again. Bitcoin potential pump today, but from tomorrow a little bit of a consolidation, which is gonna be healthy, maybe down to these levels over here in between $62,000, and then after that I could be expecting a continuation to the upside, but all depends on the 15th of May. So 15th of May, inflation comes down, guys, we're gonna go to all-time high and everybody's gonna be super happy. Otherwise, probably we'll have to retest our previous levels at $56,000. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. But of course, if you want more analysis, more in-depth about altcoins as well, join our VIP community. We post analysis every single day for you to make better informed decisions whenever you trade. Take care, and I'm gonna see you in the next video.